Go to your pops. Go, Carter. You should be the first one. Go.
Close. You can't get too close.
Now let his kids go. Where's daughter?
Let's not get close to the gate, guys. They're gonna tell us to move.
Calling Jim Jones right now. This bitch ain't answering. We go back to the gym right now. Right now. You know I just left the gym. We go back to the gym right now. I smoke them. Pick up your FaceTime, bitch. Where you at? You Harlem is ducking from Queens.
If you've been off the grid lately, Max B just walked out of prison yesterday after doing a wild 16 years. He was hit with 75 years originally, but somehow that sentence got chopped down big time, and now he's finally free. Man's been wasting no time either. Already spotted at the Jets game, living like he never left. French Montana even pulled up on him, and you could tell Max is on a mission to make up for every second he lost behind them boys. But of course, once 50 Cent caught wind of it,
I'm so afraid of Ja Rule, Jim Jones, and Freaky that I'm hiding out in Texas.
he couldn't resist jumping online and stir the pot. You already know how 50 does. He went straight for Jim Jones, and if you know Harlem history, you know Max B and Jim Jones been enemies for years. 50 posted a screenshot from Belly, you know that scene with the dude eating a banana looking salty, and captioned it, "Max's home is packed in Harlem. Jimmy about to drop a dime on these, LOL." Then he took it even further, posting a FaceTime clip of his DJ Woo Kid, talking directly with Max B. The internet went nuts.
What up, my dude? Oh. Welcome home, welcome home.
Thank you, man. Hey, yo, tell Boo Boo I said what up.
Oh.
Tell the big homie Boo Boo I said what up.
Oh, so let's work, man. He just dropped a new joint, so let's work. He's back in the studio. Let's work.
All right, say no more. I'm ready. Let's get it. I'm ready.
Now let's talk about this legendary beef. The tension between Jim Jones and Max B might just be one of Harlem's most iconic rivalries ever. It's a story of loyalty turned sour, street codes, and fame tearing brothers apart. Before Max was screaming "Wavy Baby," and before Jim Jones was shouting "We Fly High," these two were tight, real tight. They were family, both in the streets and the studio, until money, power, and ego broke the bond. Back in the early 2000s, Jim Jones was already making waves with Dipset.
She loves me, she loves me not. She loves me, she loves me not. She loves me, she loves me not. She loves me, cause she loves Max. She touching in Miami.
Running alongside Cameron and Jules Santana, Harlem had him on a pedestal, but Jimmy wanted to build some of his own, so he created Bird Gang. That's when he met Max B, smooth talking hustler, fresh out of jail with a golden voice and unmatched swagger. Max could write, sing, and rap. Harlem had never seen someone quite like him. Max B was like if 50 Cent and Nate Dogg had a Harlem-born cousin.
He's be on my dick, right?
Smooth hooks, raw street talk, and straight swagger. Jim Jones saw the potential instantly, and together, they cooked up hits. Max was the voice behind the catchy hooks on tracks like "We Fly High," "Ballin'," one of Jim's biggest records ever. But here's the catch. Max felt like he wasn't getting his props or his paper for all that work. That's when the tension started bubbling up, and things got messy fast. Imagine it. Jim's living that superstar life, flashing Bird Gang money, shooting music videos, and rocking stages all over. Meanwhile, Max is sitting there thinking, wait a minute, I'm the one crafting these hits, so why's my pocket still light? Word on the street was that Max was tied to some sketchy contracts, barely seeing a cut of the profits.
Go to your pops. Go, Carter. You should be the first one. Go.
Close. You can't get too close.
Now let his kids go. Where's daughter?
Let's not get close to the gate, guys. They're gonna tell us to move.
Well, Jim was cashing out heavy. Max started feeling played, like Jim was eating off his grind and not showing any love in return. Next thing you know, Max started speaking up, loud. In interviews, he started saying he was the real creative mind behind Jim's success. And of course, that rubbed Jimmy the wrong way. Soon, the shots started flying in songs, DVDs, radio interviews, and even on the streets. Harlem was watching the fallout like it was a movie. Max dropped a few diss tracks, clowning Jim for rocking skinny jeans and calling him broke. Jim clapped back with "Let's Ride" and began rebuilding Bird Gang with Stack Bundles and Mel Matrix, trying to prove he didn't need Max. What started as a music feud turned into a real Harlem standoff. Two egos, one city, and no backing down. But then, everything took a dark turn. In 2009, Max B got caught up in a deadly robbery setup in New Jersey. A move that changed everything. He was sentenced to 75 years behind bars, shutting down the beef for good. Still, Max didn't go quiet. Even from prison, he kept trolling, calling Jim Bum Jones and reminding everyone that the wave started with him. While Max was locked up, Jim Jones never stopped hustling. He dropped Capo, stayed busy with love and hip-hop, and kept his name ringing in the culture. But no matter how much he did, fans couldn't shake the thought. If Jim and Max had stayed cool, they could have been one of Harlem's greatest duos ever. Instead, pride and street politics flipped their bond into a cautionary tale for the whole gang. Years later, though, something wild happened. Max B's sentence got cut short. Suddenly, talk of his release had Harlem buzzing again. And shockingly, Jim started speaking up in interviews with a new tone, saying, "It ain't no beef, time heals everything." Even French Montana, Max's day one brother, hinted that maybe, just maybe, they could squash it all. This made both of them finally realize that what they built together still echoes through hip-hop to this day. Their sound, their wave, their whole Harlem energy, it never really died. Now when it comes to beef, 50 Cent always finds his way into the mix. His history with Jim Jones goes way back, almost 20 years deep. Back in the mid-2000s, Jim was running with Dipset, while 50 Cent was running the streets with G-Unit, fresh off Get Rich or Die Trying and In the Club. These were two bosses at the top of their worlds, and you could feel the competition brewing. Then in 2007, 50 jumped on the radio and threw a bomb, calling Culture Records, the label Dipset was under, a graveyard for rappers. He basically said, if you ain't on a major, you dead. That hit a nerve with Jim, because Culture was his bread and butter. That's where he made his independent money and built this brand. From that moment, Harlem and Queens officially had smoke. Fast forward to 2019, things got messy again. 50 started bringing up the 6ix9ine case.
Calling Jim Jones right now, this bitch ain't answering. We go back to the gym right now. Right now, you know I just left the gym. We go back to the gym right now, I smoke. Pick up your FaceTime, bitch. Where you at? You Harlem is ducking from Queens.
Posting paperwork online hinting that Jim was individual number one, basically calling them a snitch. Jim brushed it off on a podcast, saying, "Man, they just on my D. Be on my niggas, be on my D." He tried to act unbothered, but you could tell the shots were landing. And of course, 50 didn't let up. He kept clowning Jim, calling him Love and Hip Hop Jimmy, saying he fell off musically and was only popping on reality TV. Then, earlier this year, 50 went for another jab, posting a screenshot of Jimmy's new album sales with the caption, "Damn, Jimmy sold less than my vitamin water tasters last month." Savage. Now that Max B is free, Harlem's energy feels different. The streets are buzzing, fans are debating, and the internet can't stop talking about what's next. Everyone's asking the same question. Will Max B and Jim Jones finally put the past behind them? Or is this just calm before another storm? Because even after all these years, the story still got that tension that's the flip in a heartbeat. Max been posting up like he never left. Studio sessions, interviews, and clips with that same confident grin saying the wave is back. You can tell he's hungry to remind the world who started that whole wavy sound. Meanwhile, Jim's built on a mature vibe, focusing on his business moves, dropping music, and keeping his name clean. But deep down, fans can feel that old Harlem spark, that competitive energy that built them both into legends. French Montana's been playing peacemaker, trying to bridge the gap between the two, saying he wants to see them stand side by side, not toe-to-toe. It's wild because if those two ever linked again, it'd be a full circle moment for Harlem. The streets, the culture, the legacy. Imagine a reunion track. Max B's melodic flow blending with Jim's gritty bars. Both of them older, wiser, but still with that same Harlem flavor. That'll shake the whole industry up. Still, it's hard to ignore how much drama shaped their history. Every diss, every headline, every shot on social media. It all became part of hip-hop folklore. From the studio to the courtroom, from betrayal to redemption, their stories got everything. Fame, pain, and pride. Even 50 Cent still throwing shade from the sidelines, posting memes, keeping the pot hot like he always does. But this time, things feel different. Max sounds focused, grounded, and ready to rebuild, while Jim's moving like a businessman who's learned from every loss. Harlem's watching close, because if they two actually manage to let go of the past, it could be one of hip-hop's biggest turnarounds ever. Whether they link up or not, one thing's for sure. Both of their names are stamped in Harlem's DNA forever. Their story isn't just about beef. It's about survival, reinvention, and what happens when legends grow up, but the streets never forget. Now that Max B is free and the whole city's tuned in, the spotlight's burning brighter than ever. Everyone wants to know what's next for the Wave God. Will he drop a comeback album? Will he link with French? Or maybe even shock the world with a Jim Jones collab? The tension, the mystery, the buzz, it's all got people talking nonstop. Harlem feels alive again, like the early 2000s energy just came back swinging. Max's return isn't just about music though, it's about redemption. 16 years behind bars would change anybody, and you can see it in how he talks now. He's calm but sharp, confident but grateful. In one interview he said, "I ain't got time for hate, I'm focused on the future." That's a whole new wave right there. You can feel he's not just chasing fame, he's chasing legacy. Meanwhile, Jim's still doing his thing, dropping visuals, handling business, and proving he's one of Harlem's hardest workers. But people can't help but compare their past. Max came home to a hero's welcome, while Jim's been holding down the city for years, grinding non-stop. It's like two kings finally standing on equal ground again. Deep down, everyone knows if they join forces, it'll be history in the making.
The industry's watching close too. Producers, DJs, even rappers from other cities are showing love. Some are calling it the Harlem Renaissance 2.0. Imagine a full project with Max B, Jim Jones, and French Montana, smooth hooks, street talk, and Harlem soul. It'd be wild to see how they'd mix their grown man mindset with that old school hunger. But of course, not everyone's cheering. Some people still trying to dig up the old drama, posting clips, remixing interviews, trying to reignite the past. Yet this time, Max doesn't bite. He laughs it off, waves it away, and just keeps saying the wave don't stop. That's growth right there, something Harlem hasn't seen from him in a long time. No matter how it plays out, one thing's clear, Max B's story ain't over, and neither is Jim's. From rivals to possible allies, their journey shows what hip-hop's really about. Struggle, survival, and second chances. And now, with Max back in the mix, the whole game better get ready, cause Harlem might just be about to take over again. The buzz around Max B's comeback just keeps growing. It's like every corner of Harlem's talking about it. From the barbershops to the block parties, everyone's saying the same thing. The wave is officially back. Max been spotted in the studio late nights, teasing snippets on social media, and fans swear he's about to drop something major. You can feel the excitement in the air, that mix of nostalgia and anticipation that only a real Harlem story can bring. But it's not just fans. The whole industry's watching how this next chapter unfolds. Some rappers already reaching out to collab, while others quietly keeping an eye, waiting to see if Max still got that same spark he had before the bid. One producer even said, if Max drops this year, the street's gonna shift again. That's how deep his influence still runs. Meanwhile, Jim's been moving in silence. No drama, no shade, just focused. He's been seen in interviews talking about growth, business, and legacy. And when someone asked him about Max, he simply said, "I'm happy for him, man. Everybody deserves a second shot." That line alone had Harlem talking. It felt like closure, Or maybe the start of something new. There's even whispers that French Montana is trying to line up a major reunion. Something for the culture. Something that'll remind everyone why Harlem runs the game when it's united. Just picture it. Max B back on the mic with Jim Jones and French on the track together. Each bringing their own lane, their own flavor. That'll break the internet for real. Still, you can't ignore the history. 16 years apart, 2 careers shaped by street stories, fame, and pain. The beef made them legends, but maybe peace will make them icons. Max B seems ready to rewrite his story, to prove he's more than just the wave, he's the whole ocean now. And through all of this, 50 Cent is still out there, dropping his usual jokes online, keeping things spicy like only he can. But even his trolling can't overshadow what's happening. Harlem's energy is different right now. Max's freedom feels like a shift, a reset, a second chance not just for him, but for an entire era of hip-hop. The wave's back, and this time is stronger than ever.